All right, I wanted to show everyone on my 300Z, I'm going to install a Tinker Electronics full digital dash. It's there on the left. The original dash that came in the car, probably if I had to choose, I would prefer the analog look for the year of the car, but being that the car got engine swapped with a late model LV3 engine, most of your gauges are all coming out of the ECU off CAN bus. So I did put the OEM style sensors back into the GM block, but that just leaves me with just limited amount of information when I plan on taking the build a little further, maybe turbos at some point in time. But anyway, it kind of limits me. And this dash right here, the speedometer, although I could get the speedometer to work as it was driven off the original sending unit into transmission, the odometer would actually work and still register. This car's got a lot of miles, 266,000. The speedometer wouldn't work, and there's a lot of stuff out there about how to repair these, and I started getting involved, and I started going down that road and was getting ready to dive into the component level, try to repair. But when I started thinking about all the benefits I'd have by having a full-on digital dash, I just went ahead and went to the digital dash. I thought about putting in multiple gauges from Speedhut, buying a blank from there's a company in Australia, I lost the name, that makes a blank that goes in this dash. And I thought about drilling it out, putting 3 or more gauges in it. By the time you add all that individualized cost up, and you think about the customization you can do on a digital dash and the amount of readings it'll process, I just went that route. This is made by Tinker, and this is the 10-inch unit, and so far I've powered it up, and I'm impressed. It is for what you get, for what you pay. I mean, I think he lists this for around 600 or a little more maybe. I asked the guy that, I think his name's David, to put the LEDs on the side. He said he'd done that before, so he took care of that. And because in the car, you'll see in a minute, the height here is the limiting factor. So although this dash fits in there, you kind of some of the portions of the edges won't clear everything. Well, like what have it, the gauges aren't right around the outer perimeter anyway. So I started trying to figure out how I was going to mount it. The way this thing is set up is you have a 4-hole mounting pattern on the back, and I just bent up this plate out of 16 gauge metal, and I bent up another gauge part here. Let's see if you can see this here. And what it is, it's just a piece of sheet metal. I tried to get overly complicated and machine some parts, but then when I got down to it, I'm like, there's a couple things that had to be done. I wanted to be able to, once you put it in there, you want to be able to take it out easily. And the way it goes in there, these 2 bolt holes right here is really the most secure place to mount it. Let me show you in the car. Let me get over here. The shop's kind of like this. So in the car, those 2 bolt holes there, those are tied into the dash support, and when they're tied into the support, I figured that'd be a solid enough mounting place. I also did take and I cut a notch in just this trim plastic piece here to give me some more clearance. And anyway, I'm gonna screw this in here and see if I can figure out how to show you the next step. I want to show you this dash when it's powered up and mounted in the car. So here's one of the options. I think you can buy this and download different packs of gauges. This is the second pack that he offers. You can scroll through and make changes here. You can also make your own custom dash on screen 5 with your own background. And, if you, let's see. Anybody recognize that dash? My brother thought that looked a whole lot like a Z34 Cavalier. I don't remember those, but he does. So anyway, let me show you how it turned out mounting it. So what you don't see there is, I forgot to mention, I had to make 2 standoffs, about 3/4 inch long, and then mount that plate too. And then I did it this way so the guy could run a nut driver down from above and tighten this up without having to try to take the rest of the way. So the confines are pretty tight in here, and to get anything in or out. Those 2 screws that run the other direction, run back of the dash, they are hard to get in and out because they're lining the dash cross member up with the dash or the firewall itself, and they're under a little stress, so you have to line them up. Anyway, here's the dash. I'll show you more. Let me see if I can get the surround on here. All right, so there it is sitting in the housing. I'll have to fabricate something to fill in the voids around here, but I want to get the dash mounted. I want to get started, get the car on the road. I've had it in progress for a little over a year, and although it runs and drives, I had, like I said before, 0 gauges that were trustworthy. As far as speed and RPM are concerned, I didn't have any of that at all. I knew the oil pressure and the temp and the fuel, but I really didn't know how fast I was going or any other stuff you'd like to read after you do an engine swap. So anyway, that's my dash, and more updates follow. I'll get the rest is wired up. Right now it's just powered up, and thanks for watching.